The story opens with a poignant scene at a performance of Pina Bausch's dance theater piece, Kaff Muller, where two strangers, Benigno Martin and Marco Zuluaga, sit side by side. Benigno, a gentle yet enigmatic nurse played by Javier Cámara, notices tears streaming down Marco's face, a moment that subtly foreshadows their impending bond. Marco, portrayed by Darío Grandinetti, is a seasoned journalist and travel writer whose life takes an unexpected turn when he becomes captivated by Lidia Gonzalez, a fierce and renowned female bullfighter played by Rosario Flores. Initially approaching her for an interview, Marco admits his ignorance of bullfighting, but their encounter escalates dramatically when Lidia, fresh from a breakup with her fellow matador El Niño de Valencia, storms out of his car in frustration. As Marco drives away, he hears her scream and rushes back to her home, where he bravely dispatches a snake that had terrified her. This act of chivalry sparks an unlikely romance between the worldly writer and the bold torera. Lidia confides in Marco about her fears and past, revealing she has something crucial to tell him after her next bullfight. Tragically, during the event, she is gored by the bull and slips into a deep coma, from which doctors predict no recovery. Devastated, Marco vigilantly stays by her bedside at the El Bosque clinic, where he encounters Benigno once more. Benigno, who recognizes Marco from the theater, is there caring for another comatose patient, Alicia Ranchero, a graceful ballet student embodied by Leonor Watling. Benigno's backstory, revealed through intimate flashbacks, paints him as a profoundly isolated soul. Living across from Alicia's dance studio, he had long admired her from afar while tending to his ailing mother, whom he nursed until her death. Trained as a nurse and beautician, Benigno found purpose in caregiving, but his fixation on Alicia borders on obsession. After his mother's passing, he gathers the courage to approach her, even fabricating a psychiatric appointment with her father, Dr. Ranchero, to discuss his loneliness and virginity. Fate intervenes cruelly when Alicia is struck by a car outside her studio, plunging her into a 4-year coma. Assigned to her care, Benigno treats her with unwavering tenderness, massaging her body, washing her hair and conversing with her as if she were fully awake. He shares stories of his life, the films he's seen, and even takes her out vicariously through his narratives. When Marco confides his despair over Lidia, Benigno advises him to talk to her, insisting that women in comas can hear and understand men's deepest troubles. To deflect suspicions about his intimate handling of Alicia, given the hospital's policy against male nurses caring for female patients, Benigno claims to be gay when questioned by Dr. Ranchero. As the men's friendship deepens, sharing quiet moments in the hospital garden, and at a lavish party where Brazilian singer Caetano Veloso performs the haunting Cucuruca Coloma, layers of complexity unravel. Marco learns from El Niño de Valencia, who reappears at Lidia's bedside, that Lidia had reconciled with her ex just before the accident and intended to break things off with Marco. Heartbroken, Marco begins speaking to the unconscious Alicia instead, finding solace in her silent presence. Meanwhile, subtle hints emerge about Benigno's devotion crossing into darker territory. A fellow nurse notices Alicia's missed periods and unusual bloating, leading to the shocking revelation that she is pregnant, impregnated through rape while comatose. Suspicion falls on Benigno, who had altered her medical charts to conceal the changes. An orderly overhears him fantasizing about marrying Alicia, sealing his fate. Marco, seeking escape from the emotional turmoil, travels to Jordan to write a travel guide. Months later, he reads in a newspaper that Lidia has died without ever regaining consciousness, her body succumbing to complications. Calling the clinic, he discovers Benigno has been imprisoned for the assault on Alicia. Benigno, from behind bars, pleads with Marco to visit Alicia and report back on her condition. Marco obliges, renting Benigno's old apartment overlooking the dance studio. From there, he witnesses Alicia's miraculous awakening and rehabilitation, guided by her former teacher, Katerina Belova, Geraldine Chaplin. She undergoes physical therapy through dance, slowly reclaiming her body after delivering a stillborn baby boy, a consequence of the trauma. In prison, Benigno leaves Marco a desperate voicemail, expressing his inability to live without Alicia. Marco rushes to visit him, but it's too late. Benigno has attempted suicide by overdose, intending to join Alicia in a comatose state but fatally miscalculating the dose. He succumbs, leaving behind a farewell letter. Marco visits his grave, whispering updates about Alicia's recovery and the stillbirth, as if continuing their one-sided conversations. The film circles back to the theater where Marco attends another Kaufmuller performance. Seated behind him are Alicia and Katerina. Marco turns, their eyes meet, and a spark of connection ignites. The screen fades with the caption, Marco y Alicia, mirroring earlier titles for the doomed couples, suggesting a new beginning amid the ruins of loss.